So if you've been keeping up with the news lately, you would have known that SDCC dropped Spider-Man freshman year, or the first look at Spider-Man freshman year, which I know I'm a few days late at covering. I originally wasn't even gonna cover this series, but I just have to. I mean, so this series is apparently canon to the MCU, which means not only would I look at it from an animation standpoint, but also an MCU standpoint. And I'll be honest, MCU animation has not impressed me at all. I thought What If was an incredibly mediocre series that was, I don't know, sea level at best. It was not that good in my opinion. It felt really weird, lazy, and it felt like bootleg Disney to me, which was weird because it was put out by Disney. I just didn't jive with that series. But Spider-Man freshman year, that might have been more up my alley if there was any semblance of hype going into this. This series just confuses me. I don't know why they're trying to connect this to the Tom Holland verse or what they think they're going to achieve by doing that. The series seems to just throw the canon out of whack. This is an animation channel, so I'm just going to talk about the animation for a second. I don't really dislike it. I actually think it looks really good, but we haven't seen it in motion. For all we know, this could be 3D animation. It could be 2D animation. We don't know. And I say it could be 3D because a lot of this 3D animation it looks like 2D in stills nowadays. I really can't see a series being animated like this and being cheap at all. Again, these are like the first looks, so I mean, it could look completely different. Overall, I do like the stylization here. I mean, Peter looks like a child. He's probably like 14, 15. I really like that. That's cool. I was around the same age as Tom Holland Spider-Man in Homecoming, like the year after it came out. I remember just like really relating to that character. So hey, if these new kids can relate to Spider-Man, that's awesome. Um, but let's just talk about the suits for a second. He seems to have a plethora of suits. I do like this other Homecoming suit. I mean not Homecoming. I mean a homemade suit. It looks really weird, and I love it. He has like a jersey on over it. It's just he's got the back logo on the front, but it's a light blue. It just looks so cool. It looks like it just looks like fan art, and I love it. The fingerless gloves. I know some people hate the fingerless gloves on the homecoming homemade suit. Why do I keep saying homecoming on the homemade suit? But I love it. I think it looks great. I love how the web shooter is connected to the backpack. It shows that this is an even more prototype version of the suit he had in Homecoming. Which I don't have a problem with him having multiple homemade suits before he gets the one he has in Homecoming and in fuck, why can't I say Civil War? I don't have a problem with that. But here's the thing. These other suits are just weird. So we have the Future Foundation suit. Why does he have the Future Foundation suit? That just weirds me out. And then he's got all these other suits like the Beetle suit. I don't know the name of it, but like a lot of these random suits I'm gonna put on screen right now. They're not supposed to be Spider-Man. Like he literally wears these suits in the comics to go under different identities just for fun. But he doesn't do this until way later in the comics when he's an adult and like Spider-Man is well known. I don't know why he's using them before he's even become Spider-Man. Who is he hiding from? It doesn't make any sense to me. Nobody even knows who he is before Civil War. So like why is he going through all these different identities? Is he trying to find himself? Because that seems a little, a little too complicated for me. Um then we got pictures of Daredevil and Doctor Strange. Listen, I'll be honest, Daredevil can fit pretty seamlessly into the canon here. I mean, but the suit doesn't. Like, Daredevil takes place around the same time as Homecoming and Civil War, and he doesn't wear this suit. He never wears the suit. When did he get the suit? It just makes zero sense. It looks like a combination of his black original suit and his actual Daredevil suit, and it just doesn't make any sense. He never got the suit in the show. Now Doctor Strange is in the show, and yeah, I mean he doesn't look anything like the MCU Doctor Strange, that's for sure. He looks really really weird, and he's yellow for some reason. A lot of these characters seem to have this weird yellow off tone, including Daredevil, and it's just kind of weird for me. He has the gray streaks as usual. This is just classic comic book Doctor Strange, and I don't get how this is connected to the MCU because he literally meets Spider Man for the first time and is confused at him about like what his relationship to Iron Man is and who he is in like in Infinity War. So I don't know what the hell is going on here. But then Norman Osborn. Yep. I mean, I saw this image first and I couldn't tell that they race bent him. He's black now, which is cool. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, at least now it makes sense why he has waves, so that's cool. But like the thing I don't get is Harry Osborn. Listen, they didn't just take Harry Osborn and make him black. What they did is they made a whole new character, essentially. I mean, he could act more or less the same, but this is like the exact opposite of Harry Osborn. He not only is he rich, which is, makes sense, but he's now this big, black, handsome jock looking guy. Like, this guy's a player. Like, it doesn't make any sense in my opinion. It's just weird because I mean, you could understand why this rich guy would hang out with Peter Parker, a loser, right? Because they're both losers. Like usually, like they're both losers. Here, Harry Osborn is like not. He doesn't seem like he'd be in the same circles as this version of Peter Parker. I don't know why they're hanging out. It does. It's just. It doesn't look like something that would happen. I mean, who knows? He might be this really emotional kid. Like I don't know. It just doesn't work in my opinion. It could work, but like I don't know. These images are kind of weirding me out. Like he's so much bigger than Peter too. Like is he like a sophomore or something? Is he a junior, senior? I mean, it'd be really weird if he was a senior hanging out with a fucking freshman. But that's whatever. I am gonna get into his friends like Nika Minora from the Runaways and stuff. In my next video where I'm going to literally describe like my theory I have for how this show is an alternate universe to the Tom Holland Spider-Man universe. But if you want to see that video, remember to subscribe and like and watch my other videos. I recommend watching my Spider-Man Unlimited video if you like this one.